Alright guys, we're back to messing with the Chrysler Town and Country. Got, well, you can see the new shocks. We just done those last video on this, but this is what I was talking about with the exhaust. Exhaust is toasted. So the muffler is definitely done. This hanger, and the way it looks is it actually came down and went across, but it's all toasted. It's starting to leak up in the front of the muffler, and if you can see up through there, some of the hangers, like this one here, it's up here on the pipe. You can see where that rubber one is right there. It's actually pretty much done, and there's another one up here that's pretty much done, and the back side of the muffler right here has one. It's just exhaust, and this is a hot mess, which you got to expect it. Like I was saying, this thing's getting ready to hit 200,000 mile wise. The only thing that's solid is, well, the pipe from the cat back here. It's just rusty. It's not like holes and everything. It's mainly hole wise, it's just the muffler itself. But from over the rear axle assembly, I guess you would carriage, whatever you want to call it, from there back, I mean, it's solid. Even up here, the hangers, the good thing about the hangers is you can actually unbolt them from the undercarriage. So the bad part of this is they're wanting close to $300 to fix all of this, and that's not in the budget. This thing, as you can see, it's definitely got the cancer eating at it. So it's this isn't our main vehicle. This is kind of like just our spare, like if something else breaks down, or now it mainly just gets used for when we go camping, whatever won't fit in the truck, we'll throw in the van, take it down. So we got the shocks done because the back was bouncing so bad that you could barely drive it on the freeway without the back of the van wanting to change lanes. So now it's trying to tackle this exhaust. So the deal is I don't know what the deal is. Hack it and patch it, I guess. It's since we was talking about was just doing away with the muffler. And this thing hardly ever gets driven. It is, it's insured and all that, but it hardly gets driven. So what we're thinking about doing is just deleting the muffler, putting in a piece of pipe, and then so if it works out right, we'll be able to just whack it on each end of the muffler. The mount, I don't know if I'll be able to get the hanger up here to come loose. The head of it's pretty rusty, and then as you can see, this one up here, it's right in here. You take that out and this whole hanger assembly will come off and just drop the muffler to the ground. So, but you can kind of, if I can get to zoom in, you can see that hanger right there is actually rusted in half right at the pipe. So technically, none of these hangers up front are actually holding anything. The only thing holding it is from the front of the muffler to, see, that one's still in good shape. Well, it's rusty as can be, but it's still hooked up. And this one's fried, and this one's hooked up. So there's actually this whole exhaust system. The catalytic converter bolts directly to the exhaust manifold, and we got those two hangers, and that's it. this thing's seen better days. It would be so bad if we had a garage to put it in to do this, but we're like curbside in front of the house, so only thing I think of is get a floor jack underneath it, hold it up, whack it, and just go from there. So I'm going to try to unbolt that hanger and see if we can save that rubber grommet, so we can try to rig something up to hold it once we get the pipe swapped in. There is a piece right there. I highly doubt it'll come apart. The two pipes put together, but it's so rusty I don't think it'll come apart. You can unhook it there, and the pipe is supposed to separate into two pieces, but I don't think that's happening. But we'll see. We'll go from there, see about if we can get this thing off. Alright, here we are. It's off. That's the resonator. So there's the resonator. That's the pipe where it goes over the rear axle assembly. There's our muffler. What's more hillbilly than a piece of fence post? And it's galvanized fence post. Got that from work where they tore some fencing down. So you gotta cut it to length. That's 2.5 inch, which is actually the same size as the muffler itself, the inlets. So I had to get a couple adapters. This one goes into the pipe underneath the van, and well, I guess it'll go this way. It'll go onto the piece of fence post. This side slides into the pipe underneath the van. This one I actually got it was out of adapter, so the only one I could get was this one. So this will actually have to weld to the piece of pipe, and you gotta be careful you're welding that stuff. It's galvanized, so it'll throw off toxic fumes, so you gotta be really careful about that. I haven't tried it yet, but I was told you could grind, hit the pipe with a grinder. You can take out galvanizing off and make it a little safer, knock it from galvanized down to regular metal, but never done that. So that'll be a first. Now I have to cut it to length, which should be roughly the length of this muffler from seam to seam. So we'll see. And I know what you're thinking. If you're doing all that, why not take the resonator off too? Well, at some point I will. Right now it's just kind of a money factor, trying to keep everything on the cheap. But I did pick this sucker up. This is actually beginning of spring. Went to an estate sale. Picked that up. It's like you usually see on like little Hondas and stuff like that. It's I couldn't it's $5 for this. They let everything go cheap. So I got to get I had to take it in and find some adapters, hook to that, and then reduce it down to fit this pipe after the resonator comes off, and then figure out a hanger for it. So at some point this will be on. I just don't know how soon or when, but go to Unique Sound most likely. Get that out of the way. Alright, time to start chopping, see what we come up with. Right now it's just straight pipe right in front of the back tires where it stops at, so we're not doing the muffler. The only thing that'll be on is the resonator. So we'll get to cutting and see what we can figure out. Alright, it got dark on me. It's about as far as I'm going to be able to get it tonight, but I got to get a couple clamps up here on the piece we made, line this pipe up, and a couple hangers. It don't sound god awful bad. See if I can get it these old vans won't rev when they're just park or neutral, but put it in drive and see if we can get it to do something. Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Like a freaking rice burner, but pick it up tomorrow hopefully, and we'll be able to finish it off. We'll see anyway. I've got it out on Broad Street. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's probably too hard to hear. There's something I gotta fix too. I forgot all about. Watch the windshield washer. If I can get it to work. Shoot straight up in the air. Alright man, I'm out. Alright, it's on there. I got one more hanger to add. But I'll show you what it's like when it first starts. actually not bad. Not bad at all. It's relatively quiet, but we'll take it down the road and see what we got going down the street here. All right. Sounds like a freaking Honda. You guys can hear that or not? Try to get it out here where you can hear it. So it's not bad. Not too loud. God knows it could be worse. Let's see, 194,000 miles. The exhaust is buttoned up. The engine light went out. It was throwing out the code for the catalytic converter. So I have to address that. Got one more hanger to put on the exhaust, and the radiator is ordered, so when we do the radiator, catch you there. We'll get in between some cars. Hey, that made a difference. Never done that before. Alright guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I don't even know what you want to call it, man. Get a rigged Hillbilly Express straight pipe. Alright man, we'll catch you at the next video.